Good afternoon. So I'm going to be doing one of my favourite subjects, which is love and relationships, combined with relationship tools that I've picked up from relationship coaches, and also manifestation tools, which is really, really interesting and very, very exciting. So I'm a hypnotherapist and I do past life regression, but I also am starting to do love regression, is when you subconsciously meet with your current partner or ex-partner's energy or soul, whatever you want to call it, and you actually share information and you get answers to your relationship, which is so exciting. But anyway, let's start with manifestation and relationship tools and techniques. And I'll put the links below on the people that I follow, which is fantastic. Okay, if you find yourself in a third party situation, what to do is never, never, never follow them on social media. Either your partner, the partner that you want to be with, or whatever your situationship is, and don't follow that third party person. Don't look at them, don't follow them, don't think about them, don't try and work out who they are, don't compare yourself to them. So this isn't a bury your head in the sand scenario. This is moving your energy off them so that you have a healthier energy. And then there's other techniques, obviously, on how to deal with that third party. But just in a visualization type of thing, just sort of say to yourself, or just think that you're not really bothered about this third party person showing up, because it just really highlights to the person that you're interested in that, you know, how more amazing you are, how more beautiful, how more interesting you are compared to this other person. But just feel it, not in a negative fashion, but just feel it like, yeah, I've really got something special. So I don't really mind if this other person's around, because I have a really special connection with my person. The other thing to do is to send that third party person love, which is the last thing you want to do because you probably hate them, but send them love. And also do a visualization where you're sending that person love, and you're actually then seeing them leave you and your special person with someone that they want and they're going to be happier with. So that's really, really a fantastic visualization. The other thing is, don't really pay any attention to the third party when it sort of drops into your mind, you know. Okay, it's going to come in, but just let it go. Just don't pay any attention, and just, you know, block it out. Whatever you have to do, you know, just block it out and just say, I'm just not going to let this energy in. Because the third party situation is where you're going to start comparing yourself to someone else, and just don't compare yourself. Just believe that you're completely unique, you're completely beautiful in your own way, and you have your own unique essence. Okay, so another part of this is when jealousy comes into your life. You know, jealousy is a real killer. But I will say that you can be jealous in certain relationships and feel like jealousy is never going to leave you. And you can feel no jealousy at all in other relationships. I feel you can heal yourself from jealousy, basically. So with jealousy comes a lot of anger and rage and upset and things like that, because you start to feel inadequate. And then you want to become a detective and start finding out what's going on, and there's distrust and all this sort of stuff. Just say to yourself that you are not going to be that type of toxic person. That person that's always trying to find out and spending all their time finding out what that other person is doing and where they are and where they're going and where, you know, where's their passion and desire, which direction is it going in. And just just step out of that toxic energy and just say, I'm not going to be that toxic person. I'm not interested in living my life like a toxic person. And just let it go. And what to do is trust the person and trust that you are a beautiful, unique person until you have evidence to the contrary that, you know, that they're cheating or whatever. But just don't enter it. Obviously, once you get the information and it's concrete, you can deal with it. But up to then, don't even think about it, because you'll start worrying about every single other person out there that person's coming into contact with. And there's just no point. So that comes to my next bit where, you know, all relationship coaches will just say, look, let your partner be free. Just let them be free. When they came to you freely. They came to you because they wanted to, because there was something about you that they liked and that they were interested in. And you didn't have to hold them there. They came of their own accord. They had their whole life going on with whoever they're in connection with or whoever they're attracted to at the time, but they came to you. So, and a girl described it today on a video, and she sort of said, you know, it's like if you're like this in your relationship and you're trying to hold on to them, it'll never work. You have to see it like they're sitting in the palm of your hand, and they are free to do whatever they want. So they have that freedom, but obviously it doesn't mean that you have to agree with it. You know, so if they want to be with other people, whether, obviously then you know the relationship's over. But you give them the freedom. You don't want to keep someone with you because you're going to threaten them, because you know, or you want to guilt them or shame them or expose them or something like that. All right, so you give them the freedom to be who they are and to express themselves in the way that they want to express themselves. And if they're really like you and they're really into you, then, you know, everything's fine, and they're going to be with you because they want to be with you and not for any other reason. So and that leads on to giving people space as well, but it's particularly men need space, or if you have a sexuality or gender that is more leaning into a male energy. So they need space. So when they need space, give them space. You know, and one of the things that you can do also is, you know, if they need space and there's very little contact, it's very easy for your mind to go a little bit crazy, imagine the worst. So what you should do is imagine all the reasons why maybe they're not in contact at the moment, or contact has slowed down, or they seem to be doing their own thing. Imagine all the positive reasons why that might have happened. So it's not like maybe they got hit by a bus. It's not that one. So just think about, okay, maybe they're really stressed at work. Maybe they've got a family issue. Maybe they're just not feeling themselves at the moment. Maybe they just want to go and do manly stuff. Maybe they just need time to recalibrate. Maybe they're just exhausted, you know? And I think you need to think about the times in your life when your energy is really high and you're like, yeah. And then, you know, there's times where you're just like, oh, I can't really be bothered seeing anybody just now, you know? So women are a little bit different because we attach, and I'm sure that we attach because we're potentially mothers and we need to attach with this baby, and we're not going to let them go. Do you know what I mean? But men need their space, and you have to give them their space. If you're someone that over contacts, there's loads of relationship coach advice out there, but don't If you over contact, just pull it back and go and get some real expert advice on that, because it really, really helps. But don't manipulate by under contacting either. Women tend to write really long emails, really long emotional emails. Don't do it. Okay, so I'll put the links below on who you can listen to find out. Also, if you want to improve your relationship, imagine or say to yourself, I'm only going to engage with the best version of that person showing up in my life. I really love this one. Okay? Because we all have our best version of ourselves and we will have our worst version. Just say, I'm only really interested in the really best version of this person. You know, I want to engage with the best version of this person. I want to enjoy the best version of this person. I want to experience the best version of this person. And you can do a meditation about that, and sure enough, the best version of that person will start showing up. Also imagine yourself in the end result. Now, I haven't really done this, but I heard about it today, so I wanted to include it. So the end result is you imagine you and your special person in a certain scenario, whatever scenario that is. And one girl said that she imagined, she was in a third party situation, and she imagined there was no third party situation, that they were having a beautiful dinner, and she actually cooked the dinner, laid the table for two, and popped a bottle of champagne, which I've never thought to do at all, because she wanted to see herself living with this guy, having a beautiful meal and being really happy, and she even had the conversation. And sure enough, that's what happened. They did end up together. Also, it's really important to remind yourself when your relationship is not maybe working out the way that you want, is to remind yourself that you deserve the best. You know, just like what you would say to your own child, you deserve the most loving relationship. You deserve to have beautiful intimacy. You deserve to be valued. But don't do it in an angry way. You know, do it in a loving way, like, you know, oh yeah, I deserve to have the best relationship. You know, I deserve to be loved, you know, every day, every month of the year. You know, I deserve to have companionship. I deserve to have wonderful support. I deserve to have exquisite intimacy, you know, and sort of say it like that. And also a good one is to say the things that you want that you want to hear. So imagine having the type of conversations that you would love. Imagine hearing the type of words that you'd love that person to say to you. You know, imagine how you would love to communicate with that person if you're not communicating with them in the way that you want to, or they're speaking to you in a way that you don't like. And what happens is that people are reporting that, sure enough, their partners start saying the words that they want to say. But the important thing here is most of these will come into play, all these different things, when you do a lot of healing. And I love the one where you sort of say to yourself, you know, that they are completely free, that they're kind of off the hook, that they kind of don't owe you anything. You know, it's not that they can sort of muck you around and treat you badly. It's just like loving them, unconditional love. And one of the meditations I love is if people are treating you badly or in a way that you feel uncomfortable with, then you just say, well, this is just me pushed out. I've written this story somewhere and they're showing up and they're playing this story. You know, they're fulfilling what I believe of myself. And I really love that. And it can really, really help. This is a good one. So I hear this a lot in relationship groups. Okay, what if you're blocked? Okay, so I've been blocked. And if you're blocked, the advice is that depending on the situation, okay, so if it's a guy, he might block you. A guy, let's do guys. You can reverse it if you want, but a guy might block you if he goes into another relationship and he wants to cut off and he's genuinely not interested and he feels like you're going to be blowing up his phone and interfering with his relationship. So that obviously can be one of the reasons. But if you've had an argument, sometimes you can end up being blocked all of a sudden. And from a man's perspective, he's sort of going, I can't deal with hassle. Men don't deal with hassle, okay? Don't give men hassle. There's a way to resolve issues, but don't give them hassle. So they'll block you. But ironically, a blocking can be a sign that he's saying, you don't get to have me, but I kind of want you to want me. They're looking for a reaction. And another relationship coach would say that it's kind of like a power game. So men are very much into power games. It's kind of how they're built. But what you do is that you accept, for whatever reason, that they don't want communication with you. So don't try to communicate with them through any other medium. Social media or email or friend of a friend or through family or through children or through relatives or whatever it is, or subliminal messages on your social media, sending them a message that, how you feel about them, anything like that, except that they don't want to speak to you for whatever reason and get on with your life. And that it is not easy, but it's really helpful, because if you remove yourself from that energy, then you sort of do start to get on with your life. It becomes very manageable. And invariably, people become unblocked. And the other thing is that the universe, you can sort of fear losing their number and not knowing what's going on in their life, or, if they move or whatever, you feel like you're just going to lose contact. Well, the universe brought you together in the first place, and you didn't have each other's numbers, and you didn't know each other, and you didn't know where each other lived. And this is from Veronica, so I'll put the link below. And I love that concept. The universe brought you together anyway. You didn't have each other's numbers then, did you? And the universe can bring you together again. So don't worry about losing numbers. Don't worry about where you're located or where they're located or what their future holds or whatever. Don't let that fear take over you. And this is a good one with fear. This is some advice that I got. If you go into fear, and it's so easy to spiral downwards, just say to yourself at the time when you're feeling that fear, am I okay right now? Okay, so you're heartbroken, you're upset or whatever, or you're in masses of fear about your future and things like that. But just say, but right now, am I okay? I'm breathing. Yeah, okay, I've got a roof over my head, hopefully. Do you know what I mean? Have I got a job? Have I got my breakfast? Have I got food to eat today? And then just go into gratitude. Am I okay right now? Because tomorrow hasn't actually happened. And there's so much evidence to show that your day, your following day, your afternoon, your evening hasn't happened. And everything can change within 5 seconds. And I've had evidence of that. Like, I've been feeling one way at one point, and then I've completely changed. I'm sort of thinking of another, just more positive thoughts, and my situation has just changed. But in the morning, if you wake up with anxiety, because it usually hits people in the morning, just go, okay, just take a few minutes. Am I okay right now? Okay, am I okay? And there's so many videos that I'll put below that can really help you get through the day. Okay, and the other good one is, which actually, funny enough, I hadn't really gone into this, is So we're imagining the best version of this person, and we're also imagining the best version of ourselves, you know, that we deserve love and we're desirable and we deserve intimacy and to be cared for and cherished and all these things. But there's also this other thing that goes on where we start having fears about, does this person just want me for one thing, you know, or does this person, is he or she only interested because, and we kind of spend a lot of time on that and we don't really think we can change it. But whatever your fear is about that person, you know, are they only interested because I'm convenient? Are they only interested because that other person left them? Are they only interested because I don't know what the scenario could be? Are they only interested in sex? You know, whatever it is. Okay, so when we spend a lot of time thinking about why the relationship is falling short and what it is that, why they're turning up in your life, think about that, or convey in a very strong way, but in a happy way, that you know, no, they're not only interested because, you know, I'm on holiday, or that, no, they're not only interested because they're split up with the other person. Just imagine the relationship you do want with them. Okay, imagine that thing, whatever it is that's annoying you in the relationship, or that uncertainty, imagine that's removed from your relationship. And they're speaking, and imagine them speaking to you and treating you and being with you and engaging with you and communicating with you in the way that you want. And that little fear thing about how, you know, maybe the relationship started off friends with benefit. Maybe the relationship started off, I don't know, on the wrong footing. Maybe it started off fantastic and then took a nosedive. Maybe the person said, or he or she said, they don't want any commitment. Maybe you've made an agreement to only see each other once a month and it doesn't work. Whatever it is, imagine the relationship without all of that. Invariably what happens is that that person will start treating you differently. So in all of these is that people have implemented these visualizations, these manifestations, or they've implemented relationship techniques, and they've got extraordinary results. Extraordinary results. So I hope I've given you enough. Oh, I haven't done no contact. There's 23 minutes. Let's do no contact. Okay. So no contact. So no contact is something that you can implement with your special person. If they, what's the right word? If a person isn't treating you the way that you desire, so this is a physical thing that you can do rather than a visualization, but do both, is that you can move into no contact. So what that means is that you stop trying to blow up their phone or try and manipulate them into giving you attention. Okay, is that you just relax, you step back, and you allow them to come forward if they want to come forward. And it's not a hard rule, or if they contact me, I'm not going to contact them. It's not that sort of rule. It's like, I'm going to refrain from contacting them because I know that I'm just trying to get something out of them. I'm just trying to get their attention. I'm just trying to get them to think of me. I'm just trying to whatever. So the no contact is reversing a negative energy, and it's allowing that person to come forward. It applies more with women towards men than the other way around, because women tend to over text and over contact and over demand and over want things, you know, and to be honest, over controlling as well, okay, because they're always trying to harness the relationship. I'm so glad I kept talking here. The most helpful thing I've heard is, all of this is fantastic, all right, and it all helps, but the best thing you can do as well is just to let it go. Whatever you're trying to bring forward with your special person, is let it go. Okay, maybe you want something to happen at a certain time in a certain time frame and you're in fear of this or that or the other. Let it go and let the universe, put it in the hands of the universe to decide when things are going to happen. Because things might not be meant to happen, everything right now. You might have this delicious and beautiful story unfolding, but it might be 6 months down the line, you know? Because relationships go like this. They go up and down, but they weave in and out. And there's nothing more beautiful than when someone comes to you of their own accord and they really, really want to express themselves. And it's within their timing. So I think that's one of the best messages. Do all this stuff, but underneath, just let it all go. Just let it go and just let the universe decide when this timing's going to come together. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. Ciao.